I'm going to do a video on my GPS. I get lots of inquiries about the GPS due to the size of it. It's in some of the videos. And that I use it quite extensively when exploring. So basically it's just a Trimble tablet, solid state tablet, runs Windows 7, and I'll switch them on, and I just power it from the bike, and it runs OZi Explorer and has various maps on it, including the Hema maps, some local calm type maps, some homemade maps, just all sorts of different maps that I've created and got from different people and places. But mainly I just use the Hema map, the OZi 150 Hema map that I bought from Hema. So yeah, we'll let it start up and I'll run you through how it works. So basically just use this stylus because I've normally got gloves on. So as you can see, it's just standard Windows 7, just running OZi Explorer. You double click on OZi Explorer and it'll open up. It has a GPS built in. The GPS is actually under the center of the screen. Just a standard accuracy GPS, nothing special. So it's just opening up OZi Explorer. Once it opens up, it'll load up the last map and the last track I took. You can see the track around there. So I've set it up, custom set it up to this layout. Basically up here on the right is you turn the GPS on and off, and down the bottom here you can see the Hema messages coming in, and once it gets a position, I'm actually under the under some tin at the moment, so I may not get any GPS, but once it gets GPS, the green arrow will pop up and tell you where you are, which I'm a fair way away from there. Being a normal Windows machine, if it's got updates, it'll pop them up, and you can update them when required. This model has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in as well. So yeah, once on a Wi-Fi you can just update it like normal Windows. So there you go, it's got GPS and it's showing where I am. So there's the map there. So when you're out and about, it's pretty handy. When you want to see where you've been, you can turn off the GPS and you can basically have a look where you're going just by dragging the map around. You can zoom in and zoom out. I have some preset zooms on the side, the two main zooms that I use, plus you've got some buttons up here. It's a little bit fiddly because it is Windows based to use the stylus, but it does work. The software is basically the same as the Hema HN7 Navigator. It just uses a mobile version of the same software. I'll power it with a cigarette lighter plug, and it just goes around and plugs in the bottom. The unit will charge from something like 11 volts to about 14 volts, and that was a problem on this bike. This bike charges at about 14.5 volts at times, and it used to stop charging the unit, so I actually had to put a diode in line to reduce the voltage, charging voltage slightly, just to allow the unit to always charge when running along the road. So here I am at the computer, and this is what I used to plan my trips. So this is OZi Explorer on the desktop computer. So as you can see, I have a track in here, and I keep all of my tracks. So for instance, I can load a track from a previous trip, and it will pull it up and show it in here. So let's go and load one. Let's try to load a track. We will try and load, what have we got? Maybe the Pines. So if I go up to the Pines, you'll see up here now there's a red track that shows where I've gone around the Pines. So I keep all these tracks that the GPS logs. So it logs wherever you go, and I keep these. I also keep my tracks on Google Earth, so I've got a list of all the tracks that I do. So For instance, here's one that's a ghost town tour that I did. I've got all the ghost towns mapped out and a track that I took. This one was actually done on a 4-wheel drive, but I have them for all the tracks that I've ever done. So that's just another way of keeping them. So another really good thing about this OZi Explorer is you can use a lot of different maps. So I'm using that, it's a Hema 150K that I bought. But there's lots of other Hema maps that just give you varying amounts of detail that you can purchase, or that come on the HN7 as well. So there you can see there's a track there to Brookton that we took through the backtracks. So that's it. That just gives you a bit of a rundown on the GPS. Everyone asked me about it. It's yeah, just a homemade GPS, but works quite well.